All right, it looks like we are live. Look at that, 2 weeks in a row. All right, good evening, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with this latest Games and Storms Live. So we'll be talking about hindcasting a little bit, the storms that passed through yesterday and today. Did that impact the drought? Do we have any difference in the drought? And will we see more rain or will we see more dry conditions? And then we'll finish off with some Minecraft for today. Delvin, hello. How are you? Looks like the YouTube notifications worked because you joined right in. Awesome. Yeah, it's definitely dark noticeably earlier. I was sitting having dinner with my family and it was about like 5:20 and we're like, "Wow, the sun already went down the hills that are overlooking our front yard. Like the sun's down already and it's 5:20." I remember when it was like 7 o'clock, and then that's when the sun was just starting to go down. Ah, awesome. Yeah, same thing. Dinner was done earlier, so you can hop right on. Cheers to that and the drink of the night. This is a little mix of some raspberry Bacardi with some raspberry White Claw. Very interesting that they're two alcohols mixed together, but it tastes actually delicious. So cheers. And those tiki glasses are tall, so they do hold a lot more. But it's 2 shots of Bacardi with a whole 12-ounce can of White Claw. Let's give it a few more minutes if we see Raymond pop on, and while that's happening, I'll be sending the green link to the social medias. Which I've been having this weird issue with Facebook. User opted out of platform. But it's because the last time I posted on Facebook, I was in my meteorologist page, and it treats each page as different Facebook accounts. Like what you do in your like page, your professional page, you cannot do in your personal page unless you switch. I guess I was in the other one, which now looks like I am back in personal page, so I could share these out. Nah, it looks like it's loading. But the screenshot I grabbed was my eyes closed. Forget the hashtags. So important. All right, posted once to Facebook. Posted. Nope. Profile is not linked to delegate page. Profile should always be linked to delegate page. Okay. Don't know what that means. Facebook feels like it's just gotten harder and harder to use. Now I have to do a double copy and paste. Go. One last one. Can't forget the good old Twitter. And then we'll get started. It looks like Gamescom is trending right now. Not know that was happening. All right, that is posted as well. Now looks like we are good to go. All right, Delvin, how are you doing? It's weird that it feels like even with the nights getting longer now and the sunset going down later and later, it still feels like we're like midsummer. All right. Got the show all set. Transition on over. All right, so let's begin. We're beginning here with the weather story. Oop, that is not updated. And that was the wrong refresh. There we go. What to expect. So this was more, it looks like it's issued from today for today, but let's see what they got here. So morning temperatures in the 60s to low 70s, low to mid 80s. Yeah, I think that was pretty accurate. Bless you. She apologizes. Few showers and thunderstorms. Yep, through the morning. There was actually some very interesting video I saw on the news of the flash flooding from really intense but quick thunderstorms going through Jersey. Ah, interesting. I prefer. I know it breaks kind of physics, but what I would prefer is the June solstice peak daylight with winter with snow. I know it can't happen, but one can dream. I felt like I channeled Joe Chaffee there. Anyway, so that's really today. It's not. I don't think they have an updated one. I guess no weather story for tomorrow. Okay. Now, little refresh here on the U.S. drought monitor. And yeah, I believe this is a little worse than it was last week. Because this looks like that's the D2, the moderate drought, has extended a bit more into the Hudson Valley. D1's extended a little bit more. This all, I think, was D0 last week. And then going to New England, I believe the D3 extreme drought is a bit of a wider area. You remember that from last week? I think this is actually more of an extreme drought going through Massachusetts. But it looks like New York City is not in any extreme drought anymore. And I believe, when was this updated? Updates weekly, 8/16. So I don't think they updated this yet. Yep, this is not updated. But so we're comparing data from last week to data from 2 weeks ago. But yes, it looks like it has gotten a little worse. But so we'll have to see this. I think that was Wednesday. We'll have to see come tomorrow if they update it and see if it changes at all. Reroute some cables there. Okay. All right, so that's the drought situation. And when we take a look at the active warnings out right now, or alerts, watches, and warnings, nothing major. There is an air quality alert, where it looks like the Connecticut shoreline here. And then there's also a rip current risk. Now, that rip current risk is related to the main low pressure system that is out into the Atlantic right now, that is bringing in all of this unsettled weather. All right, taking a look here with the Storm Prediction Center. This is for Tuesday. Oh, sorry, for Wednesday, because Tuesday pretty much done now. But there was that marginal risk, it looks like. No risk of any kind of severe weather or even thunderstorms, it looks like, through our area tomorrow. Yep, that's the day 2 convective outlook. Yeah, so nothing really for tomorrow. And it looks like it kind of just stays predictability too low once we get to day 4 and 5. But yeah, this is kind of what I've been seeing as the trend for the rest of the week. Is it's going to be a little bit drier and the heat is going to return. So unfortunately, it looks like the drought conditions will be continuing. All right, now on to the National Hurricane Center. Now, I know, Delvin, me, you, and Raymond were discussing last week about how it seems to have been fairly quiet in the tropics, and that may be changing because the National Hurricane Center did predict an above-average season. So if we have very, very calm conditions for the first half of or going especially near the peak hurricane time frame right now, it looks like it's starting to tick up or trend up a little bit. So there are 4 disturbances out there. 2 of them are really the only ones that are gaining attention by the National Hurricane Center. So there's this one with a 0% chance of cyclone formation, but it's still there. And then there's one right on the coast of Africa there. It hasn't actually come off the coast of Africa yet. Now, the other thing I was looking at a little bit before, and I didn't have it up here, was the Saharan air layer. That Saharan air layer is an area or a bubble in a 3-dimensional atmosphere. A bubble of extremely dry air aloft. With that extremely dry air aloft, it basically just neuters all of the hurricanes before they even leave the coast of Africa. So that's why there's a lot of pulses happening right now. And there's really no formation. Yeah, nothing to worry about, really. Having a hurricane interfere with a subway reputation. Work in Boston is not good. Yep. So it's good that we haven't had hurricanes because Boston is just like New York City. They have improved a little bit, but not enough. Because even on standard rainy days, you get leaks coming from the ceiling. And when you're underground and there's water leaking from the ceiling, that's an unsettling feeling. But it looks like it is starting to kick up just a little bit. And if this Saharan air layer breaks at all or moves, because most of the tropical area here, anywhere here, if that Saharan air layer moves north or just breaks apart or dissipates, then it'll actually give a lot more convection potential as these storms leave Africa, have all this open, warm ocean before they get to South America or the Caribbean. And this is kind of going back into a research paper I did with Puerto Rico right here. Any storm system, and the idea with this was, I didn't look into the future as more of a hindsight kind of forecast or a hindsight kind of research paper. Any system here, did it pass south of Puerto Rico, on Puerto Rico, or north of Puerto Rico? That is a good determining factor for whether it's going to come up the East Coast. Because if it goes south of Puerto Rico, it's really hard for it to make that north turn, that sharp 90-degree turn, to go through the Caribbean islands, through the Dominican Republic, through Cuba, through all these islands here, because all of those mountainy areas are going to tear up the hurricane itself. It's really hard for a hurricane to get through that, pop out the other end, and then go straight north. Well, we have seen that before. And it traveled north up the East Coast, kind of hit just glancing blows in the New York City area, not a direct hit. But it's really hard for a system to go south of Puerto Rico, make a 90-degree turn north, and head straight to the tri-state. If it's on Puerto Rico, this is actually a little bit more of a gentle curve to come around here. It may go a little bit more inland, where it would hit, say, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina area. Or if it hits and takes a little bit of a harsher turn, then it would come straight for the Delmarva area, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, all that. So when a system goes over Puerto Rico, it's a pretty good indicator that it's going to be heading up our way. Now, if a system goes north of Puerto Rico, there's not enough space for it to make the turn and stay close enough to shore. That's where you get a bit more of just rip currents and storm surge, but not a direct impact from the system. So if it heads north, usually that means the subtropical high is much more east. So it's going to follow around the subtropical high and usually stay out to sea, potentially hitting Bermuda right there. So either going right around Bermuda or over Bermuda and then just out to sea. So that was kind of what my research paper did. And it was a pretty good predictor. So this I haven't really followed up with in the past 5 years even. So I'm going to start taking a look at that for this season specifically. If any of these developed systems start, so a tropical depression plus, not just a little invest. Once the invest becomes a depression, then I'm going to start looking to see, is it south of Puerto Rico, on Puerto Rico, or north of Puerto Rico, and where the track will be going. Kind of something interesting I'll be taking a look at this hurricane season. All right. Moving on, let's take a look at some radar here. Now, this one's not going to show any stuff that is in the Atlantic because the radar actually doesn't go out that far. But we see here a lot of this stuff that was earlier today. That was weird. Jump to the end of the show. But any of this stuff here's pretty much made its way out of the New York City area. But it looks like right there in Boston, there's still potential. There's a system that just made its way through, or a line that just made its way through. And this line here, as it's curving, it could just glance Boston again. And the same thing with this last one right behind here. If it holds together for you, Delvin, it actually might come up through Boston. So going through the evening hours or the overnight hours, you actually might see some more downpours. That's live on the radar there. The other thing I just want to pop over real quick here. was right in the tropics here. Oh, sorry, not the tropics. This is a tropical, an older one, I believe, that broke up and came through the Gulf of Mexico. And it's sitting right now over, it looks like Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans, making its way through there. But I believe that came through Texas as well and hit a little bit there. So that was still, that's probably the most intense area right now in the whole lower 48. At least for us, it looks like this system is going to be making its way out. And it could be lingering through the early morning for tomorrow. But then as we have this high pressure coming in behind it, this is going to be clearing out the air and drying out the air, but also heating up the air. When we take a look here, that low pressure system that we can kind of see the spin with on the radar, kind of right through this area there, stationary front. That's why it hasn't really been moving. But as this high right here, 1016 millibar high, so it's not the strongest, but it's a good one. As that makes its way east towards us, it'll change that stationary front into a bit more mobile. And with that, that'll clear out the humidity that we've been feeling. On the satellite here, we can just see the lower clouds here, the darker ones because it's warmer. The brighter white there is colder clouds, so higher clouds. You see that system out into the Atlantic there that's causing the water to get choppy, which is what has issued the rip current risk. So that's made its way through. And then this is still making its way through from that kind of stationary front low pressure system there. But then we have all this clear air behind it. That's what's going to be making its way towards us for tomorrow. All right, let's get to now some of the forecast models. Oops, I clicked the button. Well, there's a good old sounding that popped up. That is quite humid. Look at that. The temperature and dew point lines are just so close. So that humidity is really high. Cape isn't that high. The most unstable Cape is 189 joules per kilogram. So not the highest. That's where any thunderstorm activity which did happen yesterday and today, it was a quick burst. And then that was about it. It wasn't prolonged. And nothing really too much with the hodograph here. All right, so let's start on the good old GFS from the good old tropical tidbits. So overnight, this starts to clear out. So the GFS might be a little faster than what I was thinking, but it's showing essentially the story. The story is after tomorrow morning, we're going to be seeing the clearing happening. We have nice clear skies through Thursday. Maybe a little bit in the Delmarva, South Jersey, going into the capital region of New York, going kind of right along the latitude line there from New York straight east or due east. Nothing really for us until overnight Friday into Saturday. Now, overnight or evening Friday, this may be a bit more of a storm for you out around Massachusetts and Connecticut, but I don't think it's going to be causing anything really severe. This is just a bit more of a rainstorm, but a quicker rainstorm, which is still helpful, but you have to be cautious because like today and yesterday, we have such dry conditions that when we had an intense amount of rain come through, even for a short 5-minute span, it caused flash flooding. Since the ground's so dry, you can pour so much water on dry ground and it won't absorb it. It'll just run off the dry dirt. So that's where we need slow and steady rain to help with the drought. And that's not really what we're going to be seeing through overnight Friday into Saturday. Once that does make its way out, Saturday looks like it'll be a decent day until, again, we get another little bout late Saturday into overnight Sunday into Sunday morning. And then looks like by the time we get to the overnight hours of Sunday into Monday, that really ends the shower chance there. And we don't see another shower chance again until early Tuesday morning. And it really doesn't look like we're getting that steady rain. We really need a good, solid day or two of rain, slow rain. So it's not that dangerous rain. It's just more of a nuisance where, yeah, you're going to get your feet wet. You need an umbrella, something like that. But nothing like strong winds, downpour, get out of the street, get inside. Hello, Raymond. Thank you for joining. We had some thunderstorm damage last week. Quite interesting. Damaged the roads and sidewalks last Wednesday evening. Very interesting. We did actually have a lot of that in my area today, is in North Jersey, where we saw the strong flooding from the flash flooding, damaged a lot of cars. And potholes were pretty bad, and it just made the potholes worse. I don't think there was any sinkholes or anything, but I wouldn't actually put it past this that we might see a sinkhole. Raymond, how are you doing? Yeah, I don't remember talking about any severe weather threat last Wednesday, especially up by you. And we're not going to go that far out in the GFS because then the reliability just falls off a cliff. All right, let's take a look here at the Euro. This is the correct day, the 23rd. Oh, yeah, power lines down. Wow, that was pretty bad then. So this is showing it to be a little bit sooner, it looks like, on the Euro. Where instead of 0Z Friday, the GFS showed, this is 18Z Friday, and we're still seeing those pop-up showers and maybe even a storm based on what it's looking like here. But I wouldn't rule out. And then going into Saturday, Saturday looks pretty clear. Oh, the first half of the day on Saturday looks pretty clear. It is faster overall, looks like, the Euro here. Because then by 18Z on Saturday, the same area I was talking about, Delmarva, South Jersey, it's the same positioning with slightly different timing. Let's see, that makes its way out. Sunday, again, looks like a little bit of scattered showers. Nothing really to help with the drought. Oh, wow, the national grid came. Last time I remember that happening was Hurricane Floyd in 1999 for me. Let's see. Overnight Sunday into Monday, starting to clear out. So then starting your day on Monday, early morning maybe okay, but then scattered spotty showers more along the coastline. Oh, and that happened again. That is very weird. I don't know what's going on there. And so Sunday, it looks, or sorry, Monday, it looks like we might be seeing a little bit more activity along the coastline. And then going into Tuesday, that looks like a bit more of a chance of some severe weather, possibly. Oh, very interesting. I thought it was like some state-run thing. All right, now let's take a look at the icon. And this is the 120 hour. Let's go to the 180 hour. There we go. So this again clears out for Wednesday, which looks like a good day. Thursday looks like a good day. Friday afternoon through the evening, yeah. That's where we could see our next little bit of showers. But this is underplaying it compared to the other ones. Timing wise, is a bit more in line with the Euro than the GFS. Starting your day on Saturday looks good, but then, all right, so that little pop up right here. This is about the same timing as what we saw before in the Delmarva area in South Jersey. But here, none of it's hitting Jersey, and it's really just a little pocket right there. The icon's kind of right now from me. So Raymond, for the New York City metro area yesterday, it actually really wasn't the city that had the issues. It was west into Jersey. Jersey saw a lot more of the flash flooding because it looks like by the time it got to New York City, it really started petering out, so it wasn't as intense. But there were some areas in North Jersey that had really bad flood damage. And I saw a lot of cars that got flood damaged as well. And potholes that were existing or there already, they got worse. Road conditions got much worse after the flooding. A little bit of road erosion. All right, so this looks like Sunday is better looking on the icon overall. There's that line that it forms, but that doesn't really do anything. I don't know how much I trust the icon model at the moment. That's quite intense. I don't think that we're going to get such a big system just like that. Wow. All right, and then wrap it up here with the NAM. Starting with the 12-kilometer NAM. That makes its way out. Nicer day on Wednesday. Doesn't look too breezy with the isobars. Thursday looks okay, but then more north here. Finger Lakes, central New York. That's showing a little bit more intense, I believe. Then it just disappears. Yeah, actually, Raymond, just before you came on, Delvin and I were taking a look. I accidentally clicked the skew T, so we were taking a peek at it. It was very humid, but the Cape was only right around 180, I think it was. So barely anything. But yet they fired up the storms. Climate change? I don't know. So here on Friday, this is where it looks like the NAM here is much faster. Shower action starting at 12Z Friday and lasting pretty much through the day and the overnight. Saturday, and that's as far out as the NAM goes, but Saturday starts very clear, which has been the trend, it looked like, on all the models. Saturday will be starting out clear, but then later in the day, Saturday or Saturday evening, we get another bout of some showers. But still, it doesn't look like there's really any drought relief for the next week. And then the last one here, before we get the temperatures, this is the 3 kilometer NAM. So very spotty, it looks like. But then it clears out overnight, and then going into tomorrow looks good. I don't know if any of these are really going to fire up, but it'd be interesting to see if we get anything down into the Hudson Valley tomorrow afternoon. Thursday looks fine. We get to Friday. It doesn't go out as far as I needed, but it was a bit questionable for the day tomorrow, the 3 kilometer NAM versus any of the others. Yeah, maybe one day we'll all be able to get a research group up there. Because there was also, not just by you, but there's one area I've looked at, which is Middletown, New York. Middletown, New York seems to be its own microclimate where there's always a thunderstorm there, but nowhere else, just that town. And once it gets to the town borders area, it just starts dissipating. So it fires up and dissipates within the same town. All right, let's take a quick peek at some temperatures. That's all the way out. We don't want that. Why am I on the 3 kilometer? Go to the 12 kilometer. Go. So that was from today, which was pretty accurate with those high temperatures. Drops off a little bit. Overnight lows getting down to the 60s because we're getting into the later half of summer now. Highs tomorrow looks like they're topping off in mostly the low to mid 80s. South Jersey is putting out an 88, which is possible. Overnight back into the 60s to low 70s. Thursday really pops up, and that's probably be one of the hotter days of the week. Mid to upper 80s, 90 degrees. Friday looks like it's a little bit cooler, but still mid to upper 80s. And that's as far as that goes. So at least for the next couple of days, looks like that heat's really going to be coming up. Oh, Raymond, yeah, I totally got you. If you were planning on being on television, you would most definitely need to go to college. But if you're not doing it for television, being self-taught is still a decent thing to do, especially if you're in the community and you're following people like me and the Joes. Now let's take a look at the moss here as we're wrapping up the forecast section. Now the same thing, we're seeing highs here in the mid 80s, upper 80s. So it definitely looks like Thursday would be the hottest day of the week. And then it cools off again as the chance of more showers come Friday into Saturday and Sunday. Take a look at here. Even Islip is going to be upper 80s, it looks like, for Thursday. And then Newark's always the hottest area. So here. Oh, very interesting. It's the cooler area this time. Probably because of the winds. Ah, yes, Raymond, that's actually really good. Okay, so to wrap up this section here, it looks like we are going to be seeing no drought relief, unfortunately. And it looks like tomorrow, besides the morning, which could have some lingering showers, just like the overnight tonight, and maybe a rumble of thunder. Once we get past that in the morning, it looks like tomorrow afternoon is going to be a fantastic day. Mild, well, mild for this. I guess mild compared to the next couple of days, but still is going to be in the low to mid 80s. Technically warm. But then Thursday's going to be hot. We're going to be seeing upper 80s to around 90 degrees. I don't see any heat wave. Thursday looks like it's going to be the only near or at 90-degree day of the week. Then after that, temperatures do drop back down again. But we're going to be seeing spotty shower chances starting later in the day, Friday, through Saturday, on and off through different parts of Saturday. Same thing for Sunday. Same thing for Monday. Same thing for Tuesday, except the icon there, which had quite an intense line making its way through that I don't think is possible. All right. We are about to switch on in to some Minecraft. Let me get that all done. Oh yeah, Raymond, that's actually really good. Yeah, if there's anything you want to learn, YouTube is one of the best places that's with the highest chance that you're gonna find it there. How to read a QT chart, definitely from there. Now I believe the settings should have stayed from when we were changing some of the audio settings last week with Minecraft. Now, so while that is loading, I will get a refresh of the drink and then we'll join the Minecraft realm. Oh, I got a YouTube warning. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth stream. No. 0 drop frames. And a very steady 7,000 kilobits per second. That looks fine. Raymond, my advice to you would be, and this is something in my freshman year of meteorology in college, don't look at the models first. And one of my friends that I went through all 4 years with, she would always jump straight to the forecast models. And my broadcast professor said, no, strain yourself from that. Do not look at the forecast models. So you want to split your forecast. And this is how I have actually lived my professional career. So whenever I was forecasting for television, I always did this. I split the forecast into diagnostics and prognostics. Diagnostics, which is usually the first thing up, that is diagnosing the atmosphere at that moment or within a few hours of that moment. That's seeing where everything is right now. Looking at radar, satellite, surface charts, wind data, all of that. Don't look at the forecast models yet. Once you get an understanding of where everything is right now, then you have a better knowledge. You have better knowledge going into figuring out where things are going to. So diagnostics, trying to restrain yourself from looking at the forecast models until you get a full understanding of what's out there right now with the diagnostics, and then move into prognostics, the forecasting part. That'd be my biggest advice to you. I even think I'll say cheers to that. Ooh, I like this little combination of flavors. The last one was all raspberry. It was raspberry Bacardi with raspberry White Claw. This is the same raspberry Bacardi with lime White Claw. Actually tastes pretty good. Okay. All right, I hear the Minecraft music. Let's see if it's going. It's too low right now, so the noise gate is activating. And so when I stop talking, the noise gate activates. But I think this is because it's a quieter song from Minecraft. And when I'm talking, I would assume you can hear a little bit of the music in the background. Once it gets a little bit louder, I think it will be above the threshold of the noise gate, so it should just be playing by itself. Not there yet. Oh, it didn't get loud enough. Okay. Anyway, we will just jump right into the game. Now, if you remember from last time, I had a bit of an issue where I did die from an Enderman. And I never set a bed. Oh, I hear an Enderman. Oh, wow, I spawned and died. That's new. But I didn't have anything at this moment, so it's okay. Now, I never set a bed in my new place. So, or in the little cave. Little pleasant hole in the ground, as the hobbits say. But I never set that, so it respawned me to my original starting point. So I'm going to have to see if I can find my way back to where I settled. There's most definitely 2 Endermen here. There's one I'm looking at, and there's another one I heard teleporting. Raymond, very interesting question. So, my news station was almost never live. We did everything what was called pre-tape or pre-recorded. So when there was a tornado warning, according to FCC regulation, I had to break in live. But if there was a day of severe potential, I wouldn't be doing wall-to-wall weather coverage. They may give me a little bit more time, or it was up to me to ask for more time. I would email the producers and the executive producer and be like, hey, today there is a severe weather potential, so instead of a minute and a half, I'd like 2.5 minutes. And most of the time they'll be like, sure, you get your 2.5 minutes for your 7-day. So that would give me a little bit of extra time there to talk through the severe weather potential. All right, let's respawn here. I just really have to remember how I got from this, because I do remember this area as my starting point. I think I just tried to find any river. And that's where I did set up a little cave next to a river, which I see something, I think, over there. That's a little mouse control. Hopefully it didn't get turned around. Let's see. Chicken. To have food somehow. Alright, got one chicken and one egg. If you didn't hear, Meg was like, that's all you need in this life. Ooh, I got 2 eggs now. Alright. I'm at the river. Don't remember if it was left or right. I feel like I went left. Okay, noise gate's getting triggered from time to time. So usually when I'm talking, because my voice is above the threshold, the game is going to come through. So I don't know. Let me see if I can adjust the noise gate live. Nope, I don't think I can adjust the noise gate live. It is doing the same thing. Tesla in the same spot? What? Tesla's still there?
He's spun around.
Oh, okay, but so that wasn't him.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. He's glaring at me from the darkness.
Oh. Was I not showing the game this whole time? Raymond, so to that point, it was more of what gets the best views. So if severe weather wouldn't have gotten the best views, they may have said, sorry, we can't give you extra time for your severe weather. That doesn't happen that often. Usually that's when there was some like international pressing news. Even to the point where I was told to go home early sometimes. I would still be paid because I was paid per diem, which means per day. So it didn't matter if I worked a 4-hour shift or a 12-hour shift. I was paid the same. So sometimes I only worked maybe 6 hours, and they're like, we have too much breaking news. We're not going to have time for weather. So if you want to head out, you can. So sometimes I would take them up on that. Be like, yeah, I'll take a nice little early day. where it was kind of interesting. So every other job I've ever worked has been hourly. That was the only. Oh, I see the. I think actually the noise gate changed. Because it's actually capturing a little bit of the air conditioner, which I don't want. Hold on. I think we'll just have to live with the noise gate for a little bit until I can figure something out. Hold on. Buffeting, as James May from the Grand Tour would say. Oh, I was adjusting the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay. Almost back to where it was. Okay. And testing. 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 I think that was back to where it was. I don't remember exactly where I said it before, but I have it. And Raymond, yeah, I totally 100% agree with you. But if the weather coverage that may save lives impacted the view count or the amount of viewers, not worth it. Because it's more important to make money than it is to save lives. That's how the news business is. Lives can be lost, and you'll always get other viewers. But if you save lives and lose viewers, you lose money. That's not how the news stations work. So that was kind of a weird thing to think about, but that's how it operated. All right. Back in game. I think I have to go left. Actually, let me see the actual game if it comes up in here. Okay, I do see the audio changing with the game, so that is good. That is not triggering the noise gate. Can you all hear my air conditioner in the background? Because I will turn it off if you can hear it and it's annoying. Now, the other question we gotta figure out is, will all my stuff still be there from the last save? You can't hear it. Awesome. Okay, good. Usually I turn the AC off, but it was a little bit on the humid side. So I wanted to keep that going. If I can't find my original place, I might have to just, restart. Which was sad, because I liked what I was doing with there, but I didn't get too much into the cave piece. What I did have was a lot of the experience. Oh, there's coal. If I need a torch, I might... Ooh. I can't get these things for wool. Well, we'll take some sugar cane. There's a couple more growing over there. Let me just get that. Oh. Thank you. That was funny. I don't think I was in this deep of water. I don't remember this mountain range. I wish I had the coordinates. So if I do resettle, I will most definitely get the coordinates. And, Delvin, what was the key command again for that? Oh, that's also why I'm not eager to get back into the news, because a lot of stations are like that. The revenue of the station is number one. Money makes the world go round. Function F3. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Let me bring that up now. Boom. Stats. That's kind of neat. You can see the water dipping below the ocean, or the rain dipping below the water line. I feel like I've slouched in the chair a little bit. The other thing I might need coming up soon is a battery for this camera. So the Canon camera, the EOS R, I haven't done a camera update video in quite a long time, because this camera has served me so well. Just readjust the focus a little bit. There we go. I do love that it has the little crosshairs to do. I love it. Anyway, that's the point. This EOS R from 2017, it has served me so well over these years. I've considered upgrading the camera with the newer stuff from Canon. I honestly would stick with Canon just because of the grip. Because when you're interacting with the camera, image quality isn't always the biggest thing. It's also ergonomics for you. And I just don't remember this mountain here. But I'm pretty sure this mountain would have a lot of good resources. I might give up on my other thing there and just restart over here. Ooh, what we got in here? So I think I might put my, instead of in the cave in the ground, up top here. What we got here? Nothing really big. Anything under here of importance? Oh yeah, that goes pretty deep. And there's something down there. I just want to get a closer look at it. I'm not sure what this is. What is this? Oh. Oh, iron. Right there. Okay, let me get some wood. Ooh, thunder. Yeah, there's some iron right there. That's pretty good. Ooh, and this looks... I think that's copper. I know sometimes you get a lightning strike. I don't think... Delvin, can you die from a lightning strike in Minecraft? That would be really funny if you can. And there's a zombie. So no lightning strikes can set things on fire. Oh, there's a skeleton. I gotta get out of this area here. Let me get back into the water, which actually the water might be safest. It's possible with low health. I'm at low, or on the lower side of health. Can these things swim? Those can. Aha. See? I guess a lightning strike set a fire over there. Alright, Delvin, any suggestions? Besides just digging a hole and just waiting it out? I might make my stand right here. I got dirt. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, there's the dirt. Just see if I can box myself in. It's gonna be dark. Out that way, and I don't think they can get me this way. And then I have my one out I can always get in and out of, and then when I hear a zombie like that, this will be a test. Okay, so I can get it. They can't get me. And if there's an Enderman that comes by, as long as I don't look up at it, it should be okay. And I have nothing right now. And I guess if I'm just sitting here, I might as well just keep punching this thing till it dies. Okay. because it's only one space wide. I don't think a spider can get in here. I won't be able to get through there. So I think this is okay. And we're just going to kind of wait it out. But I do need food. So let's see if this raw chicken will help. Okay. No poison. That's always a good thing. Oh, I didn't get the coal. I have a stick, but I didn't get the coal. Right, let's see if I can keep going this way. I don't have enough wood or sticks or anything to actually make a pickaxe. Yeah, I don't think I could do anything else here. I guess I'm building my my new home. The only thing that can probably get me is a creeper. I don't think I want to be that exposed. So I'm going to put this thing back up here. And here. Can I get around that stone little wall there? That might work. Yeah. So much dirt. Oh, I didn't know that. So, hidden FPS plus TPS. Alt hidden. Oh, there's a lot of things above me. That mountain's gotta have a lot of resources in it. We haven't. Can I eat an egg? Ooh. I forgot you can do that. Can I pen this thing in? Yep, go this way. Nope, don't go this way. I know I can jump, but I don't. I see. No, I don't want you to leave. Oh, okay. The chicken did get stuck. And yes, Raymond, I totally agree with you. And yeah, I have been criticizing the station I worked at too, but that kind of a lot of news stations are the same way. That's why I said in general, I'm not eager to get back in to the news station industry because it doesn't feel like the viewers, not every station, but some of the stations feel like the viewers don't always, or the livelihood of the viewers don't always matter. What matters is getting views to get the most revenue. Oh, sun's coming up. Soon I should hear them starting to burn up those zombies. Not that one, but 2 block ceilings is usually what I like. Alright, this is a good hint. So this is the layer that will go no more than, because that's grass right there. So that means just above that is open air. There we go. Put that back. There's more open air. Okay. Why are they still there? Ooh. Ooh, that's a good chunk of health out. I'll need some wood. Oh, there was an Enderman just there. And there. Oh, there it is. I am nowhere near ready to go there, so I am not going to look it in the eye, and I should be okay. Let me see. Delvin, your comment first. Yes, Delvin, I definitely agree with your point there. The auto industry, there are some exceptions, and oh, hello. It's during the daylight, so it's docile. That's fine. But, I don't think I can get the rest of this thing from down here. Oh, are you following me? Okay. The auto industry, besides a few exceptions, which I do feel like Tesla is one of them, but that's kind of a biased opinion because I do have a Tesla and I am invested in Tesla with this. Not through stocks. The stock is actually pretty expensive. I think it's like $800, almost $900 a share for the Tesla stock. Oh, there's a bee. But I think Tesla, even though they are a for-profit company, just like a lot of other auto and car manufacturers. Elon Musk, say what you want about him, he just doesn't really care about opinions of anybody else but his own, and he really wants a sustainable future, which is why I invested in Tesla, and I bought a Tesla over anything else. In my next review that's coming out, the part 3, I do talk about that a little bit. All right, sorry sheep, I need some food. Even if it's raw food. I got a little sprout up here. Stay away from the bees. They're docile until you disturb them. These things must be just below me somewhere. Oh yeah, there's the zombie. I guess it's dark enough down here for them to stay. So I will get out of there. Oh, is this going into somewhere? That is dark enough for a zombie. Oh, and there's coal. So I definitely need to make a pickaxe. I think I could do that without a crafting table. Alright, just gonna catch up on your comments here for a second. So, Raymond, going back to that, I am optimistic about it. Because also, I believe Biden has really good intentions with that. There are a lot of things, or some things, I don't agree with what Biden's doing, but this I definitely agree with. Especially that I might be getting $4,000 back this year on my tax return. This is where this bill is still up in the air. And this is also a first time that I really like. If you buy a used EV, you get a tax return or tax credit. When I bought the Tesla Model 3 in 2021, it was a 2020 I bought in 2021, there was no tax credit for used EVs, only new. So I didn't count. But this year, with the Inflation Reduction Act, they added $7,500 instant tax credit that can be used as a down payment for the car or as a check that you get. So it all depends if the $7,500 doesn't change or the monthly payment is fine with whatever is given before the $7,500 tax credit. Then I would definitely take the $7,500 check that would be mailed to you. But $7,500 off a car that is, say, $40,000 is a good amount, and that could definitely lower the monthly payment. And now, with used EVs, so the Harley-Davidson Livewire does count with that. A $4,000 tax credit for used EVs. I do like that. Now, there's also a lot of people that do say EVs do not solve the problem. And I get what they're saying. What they're saying is if you buy an EV, the battery in the EV is so much more emits so much more carbon in the manufacturing process, and the manufacturing process itself is very bad for the environment, that EVs are worse than gas cars, but that's just not true. Initially, so if I buy a brand new gas car and an equivalent brand new EV, yes, the climate impact of the gas car will be less than the EV. But because the gas car keeps emitting carbon dioxide continuously as it's running, it is going to actually end up being worse. The EV, because it emits no emissions, and even if you charge from a coal power plant, that is so much more of an efficient process than gas, that I think Tesla actually put it out that after 4 years of 4 years from the manufacturing date of the vehicle, that's kind of the crossing point where an EV becomes better for the environment than a gas car. So I have a 2020 Tesla Model 3. So in the year 2024, it would have negated all of the carbon emissions that was produced when that car was produced. So after that, it's all just helping the environment, even with constant charging from coal-fired power plants. And so Raymond and Delvin, that kind of ties into your comments there. And Delvin, yes, I definitely see that about the get a large car. Because also, that's the American way. Got always, like, especially Texas, always bigger in Texas. But Americans like large cars. And actually, the Tesla, I believe, is the longest car I have ever had. Well, the tallest car I've ever had was a 1996 Jeep Cherokee. And that was my first car, and I loved it. But it got 10 to 12 miles per gallon. I could not afford that, even in the gas prices in 2013. 2013, I traded in the Jeep Cherokee for a Subaru Legacy. Way better on gas. Yes, Raymond, I love what you said there. We need more radar. There's not enough radar coverage, specifically in the Hudson Valley. We're far enough away from the Albany radar station, the Mount Holly radar station, and the Islip radar station that things get a little blurry, especially from the Mount Holly radar station. There is that little strip of no data because the radar is being blocked by a building. Excuse me. And Delvin, I get your point there. EVs don't really solve the problem, especially because if everybody overnight right now switched to EVs, the power grid could not handle it. So as EVs are being more and more adopted, the power grid's going to have to be upgraded because this power grid is like 60s, 70s technology. Adopted. No, adopted. Meg tried to correct me. Yes, we're going to have to adapt the power grid in certain areas, but other areas are going to have to adopt the newer power grid. You see what I'm saying there? Do you get it? I get it. Okay. See, so adapt and adopt. Both are being used here. So overall, the entire power grid infrastructure. Why am I still? Let me go picture in picture. No picture in picture for this. There we go. All right, real talk. So the entire power grid cannot handle EVs, so we're going to have to change the power grid. And that itself will cause a lot of carbon emissions. Now, Delvin, to your point there but not the battery point. They still need space to be parked and cause traffic jams. If every car is an EV and you're in a traffic jam, there's no emissions. So that is better. But to your point with the batteries, like I was just talking about, yes, manufacturing those batteries is harmful to the environment. But the offset that the EV has, this is a lot of the Tesla report, and I see a lot of people that verify the Tesla report on YouTube. Let's say after about 4 years of ownership, or from the manufacturing date of an EV, the offset of charging, even from a coal power plant, the offset of charging and no emissions will negate all of the bad parts of the lithium-ion battery. And the lithium-ion battery, once it's depleted and used or consumed, it is still like 92% recyclable. You can take all of the material, or 92% of the material in a lithium ion battery, extract it, and use it to make new lithium ion batteries. So right now, because there's not a lot of these big lithium ion batteries, yeah, everybody that has a smartphone, whether it's an iPhone like this or a Samsung, anything that is a smartphone right now has a lithium ion battery. So all of the lithium ion batteries in there are going to be causing issues. Doesn't matter what manufacturer it is. It all depends, specifically now going back to the cars, how long the EV is going to be out, and then companies that can recycle EV batteries to make new EV batteries from the consumed EV batteries. That's the key there. Yep. And that goes into the politics, which is part of the problem. So I definitely agree with you there, Delvin. Yes, car tires. That is something big too. No matter whether it's an EV or a gas car, they have the same rubber-ish tires. Bikes are more recyclable than EVs. Especially look at the tires. Yep, they can't be recycled and have a lot in the landfills. Yes. The most efficient form of transportation I have ever seen is an electric bicycle. So it still has a lithium ion battery, but it's a small lithium ion battery. I can hold that lithium ion battery because I have an electric bicycle. The lithium ion battery you can hold within one hand. So it's not big. And a lot of them, like the one I have, is pedal assist. So I'm still powering the bicycle, and the electric motor powered by the lithium ion battery is assisting me. So the most efficient thing I've ever seen is an electric bicycle. Which is funny, is with the live wire, electric motorcycles are not as efficient as electric bicycles, but they are way more efficient than electric cars. Like my car is over 4,000 pounds. That's a lot of mass in there. The live wire is 550 pounds. Now, in terms of equivalence, the Tesla, and the higher this number, the better. Oh, sorry, opposite. The lower the number, the better. So the Tesla is about 270 watt hours per mile. So the lower that number, the more efficient the vehicle. So the Tesla Model 3, a little over 4,000 pounds, it is 270 watt hours per mile on average. If you have a heavy foot, maybe less. Maybe worse, I should say. The live wire, even with a good twist of the throttle every so often, is 85 watt hours per mile. That is a lot more efficient than the Tesla Model 3, especially when you think mostly my Tesla is being driven by me with nobody else in it. The live wire is just so much more efficient. So electric motorcycles are a good thing, but electric bicycles are where it's at. Even to the point that Harley Davidson manufactures electric bicycles. That might blow your mind if you didn't know that. Harley Davidson makes electric bicycles. Yes, and delve into your point there. Motorcycles can be quite loud, except electric motorcycles. Electric motorcycles are pretty much whisper quiet, except for the rider. As the rider, I do hear that I like it with the live wire. It sounds like a Star Wars kind of speeder bike. But I hear it. It's not loud from my perspective. And I've had other people ride my live wire as I stood off to the side. And it's so quiet. So my friends that also ride motorcycles, they don't like how quiet it is. They want it loud. I'm the opposite. If everyone started riding or started biking overnight, cities would be much quieter and more peaceful. Yes, 100%, totally agree. If everyone started to get electric bicycles, especially in city environments, instead of cars, the city would be so much more quiet and so much more peaceful. And Delvin, yes, definitely agree. E-cargo bikes are the most efficient form of private transportation. And the electric trains that still have the lines going above them, that there's that little pad that touches the lines. Electric trains are much more efficient than diesel, or actually there's no gas trains. They're all diesel. Raymond, yes, we do need regulation for e-share bikes and scooters. Not specifically share, but e-bikes in general. And here's from my perspective as a new motorcycle rider. So my commute to work is about a mile. Not long at all. I'm going down small town roads. Speed limit is 30 miles per hour. So if I'm riding my electric motorcycle, say I'm doing 30 miles per hour down the road, that's fine. The top speed on the electric motorcycle is 105 miles per hour. So I'm well within the range of the top speed. An electric bicycle tops off at 28 miles per hour. Not 30, but 2 miles per hour less. So 28 miles per hour. And think about this. Anyone can buy an electric bicycle that goes 28 miles per hour down the road. And if you're over the age of 16, you do not need a helmet. You do not need any protective gear whatsoever. You do not need insurance. You don't need anything. You can buy the bike and just go. You don't need a license. So anybody can buy an electric bicycle that goes 28 miles per hour down the road, unlicensed, unprotected, and you're fine. You could be on the road and you could be on the sidewalk. If I take my electric motorcycle, the Harley Davidson, down the sidewalk and I start riding the sidewalk with my motorcycle, a cop will definitely try and stop me. But if I'm riding my electric bicycle on the sidewalk, fine. Even if it goes the same speed as the motorcycle. Oh, Delvin, I totally forgot. I have to check out Not Just Bikes on YouTube. I will definitely check that out tonight. Meg, remind me. YouTube channel, Not Just Bikes. I have put the request into the Meg. Yeah, and New York City actually has a good amount of electric trains that are not diesel. There's also the New York City subway system is quite expansive, and they use a third rail system. Oh yeah, I just read your next comment. Only the subway system is the third rail and runs every 20 to 21 minutes. And even some of the trains I've seen are diesel electric. So it's still a diesel generator that creates electricity for the train, but still a diesel generator running. That is a very interesting question, Raymond. How would you solve the NOAA weather radio issue? You know, I wouldn't make it a law, but I would actually probably make it subsidized by the government. So, yes, probably in your taxes, you would somehow pay for it or something like that. But if NOAA weather radios were free, I think that would entice a lot of people to have a NOAA weather radio in their household. And Delvin, from a lot of YouTube videos and from my own personal experience, I 100% agree with you. Many of our traffic laws are designed around cars, and they just apply to as many non-car vehicles like bikes. Yeah. The other thing, too, is I think there should be a lower speed rating for unlicensed, unregistered, uninsured electric bicycles. I would probably cap it at something like 20 miles an hour or 15 miles an hour, somewhere around there. So if you have an electric bicycle that is that maxes between 15 miles per hour and 20 miles per hour, fine. You don't need to register it. You don't need a license. You don't need anything. But for those electric bicycles that can go up to 28 miles per hour, especially without pedaling, it's essentially a scooter. And a scooter needs to be registered, and you need to have a license to ride a scooter. Whether it's a driver's license or a motorcycle license, that depends on the strength of the motor, of the engine or the motor. But I think those electric bicycles that go up to 28 miles per hour, because they chose that number because it's less than 30, I think those should be registered, and you need a motorcycle license to ride an electric bicycle. Raymond, very interesting question. So a lot of cars now are internet connected, especially the Tesla. Now, my WRX that was beforehand did not have any internet connection at all. It just had FM and AM radio and a CD player. The Tesla has a constant 4G connection. So no matter where I am in the world, I can tap into the car. So because it has a constant internet connection, I think it actually can serve the purpose of getting weather alerts. So if there's a tornado warning issued for where the car is, because the National Weather Service, they don't go county by county. They adopt what's called a polygon-based warning system. So the polygon-based warning system could be something like the warning is a trapezoid or a triangle or a square. They don't really do circles, but triangles are a little bit more rare, but triangle, trapezoid, square, rectangle. Those are the polygon-based warnings that are issued. So no matter where the car is, because of GPS and cellular connectivity built into the car, it knows where it is. And with the self-driving system, it is smart enough to know where it is and to be almost self-aware. So if it's driving through an area that is all of a sudden tornado warned, it can flash on the touchscreen there. Tornado warning issued for the area the area you are driving in. We are driving in as if it's a person. Tornado warning issued for the area you are driving in. Severe thunderstorm warning issued for the area you are driving in. I think that is really the idea there. Very interesting point you bring up, Delvin. I did not know that about Europe. I've actually never been to Europe, so I don't know. But most speed limits equivalent in miles per hour are 20 miles per hour. Yes, I have seen that in New York City. In New York City, speed limit is 25 miles per hour. Cities, I do not think should be 30 or 35. Only the highways that feed the city should be more than that. Cars can go 40 or 45 miles per hour. Once you're like a highway feeding into a city, there should be a reduction from whether the speed limit is 65 or 70. Or in Texas, I've seen 75 mile per hour speed limits. It should be a reduction as you're getting near a city gradually. Say if we're in Texas, 75 miles per hour is the country roads speed limit. And as you get near the city, it drops from 75 to maybe 65, and then 55, and then 40, 30, 20. Yes, I think also cities should be a little bit lower at 20 miles per hour. Is that 5 mile per hour difference can most definitely reduce injuries if you hit a pedestrian. If it's a car collision, 20 to 25 miles per hour really is not going to make that much of a difference. But if it's a car pedestrian incident, 20 versus 25 miles per hour could be the difference between bruising and swelling and broken bones at 25. And Raymond, so I do like that you asked that, but my opinion is a lot more of these cars, especially the 2020 and newer model years. So 2020, 2021, 2022, and now we're about to enter the 2023 model year. They are mostly internet connected. And I think because they are internet connected with some sort of cellular connectivity, they should be able to receive weather warnings like that. Tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning. Delvin, funny story with that. So I do agree with you what you're saying, but also from the perspective of especially a new motorcyclist, the vast majority of motorcycle crashes happen from left-hand turns. So if you're in a car, you're about to make a left-hand turn. You try and look for cars because they're big. So you see a clearing with the cars. Motorcycles or even bicycles are very tiny. So you just go on ahead. You don't try and cautiously get through the intersection. You're just like, it's clear, full speed. You try and get through the intersection. So a lot of motorcycle car collisions happen when the car is making a left-hand turn and the motorcycle is going straight. So that's where at intersections, everybody should be cautious. Motorcyclists should be slowing down and not trying to speed through the intersection to get through it as fast as possible. And cars, once you have a green arrow for left, that doesn't mean you just go. You should be slowing down, cautiously going through the left-hand turn, ready to stop at any moment. The right on red is also very interesting. I don't know any perspective outside of the U.S., but right on red, and there are a lot of signs around by me that say no right on red. People ignore this. And the cops don't always try and patrol for people making right on reds when there's a no right on red sign. Not just the Dutch, Delvin, in your comment there, but I've seen a lot of places in Europe. They don't have intersections, they have roundabouts. And especially from Mythbusters with Jamie and Adam, they have tested that roundabouts are safer than a four-way stop sign or a traffic light intersection. Roundabout, because everybody goes the same direction in a roundabout. I think that was the key thing. Huh?
Or so you would hope.
Or so you would hope. But yes, there is much lower of a chance of someone going wrong way around a roundabout than somebody trying to jump out ahead in a left-hand turn at an intersection. That is almost daily. But someone going the wrong way around a roundabout is much lower because you can very easily see traffic going around the roundabout. Oh, I definitely think there should be tornado sirens. Maybe not everywhere, because like where we are in New York and Boston, I don't think Boston, and correct me if I'm wrong, Delvin, I don't think Boston has tornado sirens. But especially in New York, there are no tornado sirens because it's just not a high likelihood event. What we do have, especially in my area, are nuclear fallout sirens. So they actually do tests on those every so often. So when you hear the nuclear siren go off and you're just like, I don't know if there's a test. It's a bit of a scary moment. And I've been through that. That is actually a really bad time. So the tornado at 9 a.m. is either people going into work or about to go into work through the morning commute. So a tornado going through Boston at about that time is really bad. Or even, where are you saying, Revere, Massachusetts. Any relation to Paul Revere? Huh? I always love these conversations that we have. All right, we're just about to coming up on 2 hours. So I will go grab my last drink and then we'll round out the evening. I'll be right back.
I moved the camera.
I don't know where your final place was. leave it on the lens because I'm gonna use the lens.
Yeah.
When I feel like
Tomorrow.
maybe not.
Okay. For the next 24 hours, it's fine.
Raymond, I definitely see your point there. Tornado sirens can cause false alarms. That's the tricky part as a forecaster. You have to issue from the National Weather Service or the Storm Prediction Center, you have to issue the tornado warning. And if it doesn't happen, there's probably going to be some sort of review with a manager. Oh, I got a low battery warning. Let me just change that out real quick. This is the, I probably have to get new batteries for this camera because they all say the battery recharge is degraded.
Did you charge it from last time?
It was at 100%. That's why I prepare to have another 100% battery. All right, let's see. That's back on. Good. Let's readjust the focus. And focus is locked. All right. Fresh battery. We're good to go. The EF0 tornadoes are kind of interesting. There's like EF0 from the layperson or the general public. EF0, so that means it was nothing, right? That might not mean it's nothing. All right, let's get back to Minecraft as I'm trying to build this new place. But yeah, keep the comments going. Be going a little bit more until we end the stream. Oh, there's a zombie. What is this? Oh, that's a beehive. Nothing from the beehive. What was that? I've never heard that sound before. What the? Oh. And yeah, I think that's most of the U.S. that uses cities and towns to divide the state. But that's also where the National Weather Service is trying to get, or they have been, using polygon-based warning systems. Ooh, what's down here? Oh, no, that's just a hole that leads to nowhere. Hello, Mr. B. Ooh, we got another stick. And there's a little sapling. There's a lot of flowers over there. But I need to establish a home base. And maybe find some coal? or I'm just gonna eat another raw chicken, and hopefully that'll be fine. Hopefully this is fine. Oh, it's not full yet. Okay, there we go. Now I should be gaining some health back. Yeah, the severe criteria for thunderstorms, it is a little bit tricky. Ooh, there's snow over here. I guess we're at that particular coordinate where snow can form. Cows in a snowy field. We'll let that zombie burn up. No experience. Sometimes it drops experience. So this is nowhere near where I was before. Is this frozen? It is frozen. Awesome. That is quite a frozen tower over there. Oh, I am running out of daylight very quickly. A little bunny rabbit. There's coal down here. Alright, let me see if I can get my pickaxe going. Nope. Oh, I do need a crafting table for that. Because I believe it's 2 up, 3 over. And the by hand is not enough. So let me just build a crafting table right here. Oh, I need planks. Alright, crafting table. Oh, let me get the pickaxe. Alright, good there. Can I get a sword? I need stone. Okay. I got my crafting table back. Which is always a good thing. Let's see what's up here. I don't know if the bunnies are a mob or if they're docile. There's no easy way to get up there, I see. Oh, there's lava over that way. Let's take a look at that. Oh. The bunny jumped too high and it suffered. Oh. 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 The villager got me. Anyway, back to where we started. I think I need to set something up very close to where we start, which is here. I remember even just here, we went to a river that was within sight of these trees. There's the water. Okay. Oh, there's more water out this way. Got nothing to lose now when I got nothing, right? We'll just grab a chicken. And my mouse had some weird thing. Oh, creeper. Let's get away from that thing. And I totally got turned around here, so I don't know where I am again. Nope, I just can't reach the creeper. Ooh. Well, I left that battle with only half a heart left. More creepers? Alright, well, it got me some wood. It got me some sticks. Got me some dirt. That was a sacrifice. Well worth it. But again, I'm still turned around. Now you should be cooking the chickens, but I have nothing to cook the chicken with right now. I feel like this specific version of the game is maybe not worth it. I might just build a new land. Alright, yeah, let's start completely fresh here. So I have that one that says Games and Storms. We're going to create a new world. We're going to call it Games and Storms 2. To Difficulty normal. Yeah. All good there. Create new world. Start fresh. We shall. Delvin, how often do you play the Minecraft game? All right, this is a brand new biome. Let's see what's down here. Whee! Oh, there's quite a bit of depth down there, but there's also coal. Oh, there's copper up here too. I know I'm not gonna get any stone pieces for this. You just like to watch the Minecraft. I totally understand you. There are some games I just like to watch versus actually play. Ooh, what's over here? Cocoa beans. We can make chocolate. Alright, so from this new world, from the main spawn point, because that was what I jumped into, that's fine. So I didn't go far. There's a lot of vines over here. Ooh, more cocoa. We are going to create our fortress right here along this little river point. What's this? Oh, that's just water, I think. Yep, it's just water. I have a stick. Alright. Where? Let's build it up top here now. Wow, this looks like a fallen tree here. I can use the wood. And a chicken. Alright, I got a chicken. Good, there are plenty around. Actually, let's leave that thing. Let's get some more of these cocoa beans. And I think right here, just clear some of this out. A good amount of seeds, so I can lure the chickens in and feed the chickens. Oh, there's a zombie on fire over here. Alright, so we got some spoiled meat, I guess. Oh, there's a mountain off in the distance, so this is a perfect spot. Just keep clearing this. More seeds. That's good. I gotta build the chicken coop because there's so many chickens around here, which is good. Alright, I think we're just about good. Alright, let's clear a little bit of this out here. Alright, let's build. I have enough time in the day. It's going down. But what I really want to do is actually make a pen for all these chickens. Make it one more width wide. Alright, and let's pick a tree and get some wood. New recipes for the recipe book. I can climb these vines, which is always a good... Oh, no, we can't climb this vine. That's fine. That's fine, you can't climb the vine. Let's get some more wood from this tree. Oops. Ooh, one more. I just need one more level up. I think this should be enough. Nope. But this one. There we go. All right. Let me head back to my clearing. Ooh, I got another egg over here. It's good. Where did my clearing go? That's a very good question. I see the sun is just about to set, so I should be getting a shelter very soon. Where was the place I just cleared? Alright, well, it's dark enough for mobs to start spawning. They haven't yet, so I'm going to take advantage of that and just keep looking. That looks brighter over there. That's weird. Why is it brighter on the other side? Is that a village? Oh, it's lava. And I died. But because it's the lava, so I could probably find where the bright spot is. Oh, I see it. I see it. Awesome. Alright, good. So it's not very far from the initial spawning point. But the question is, where is all my stuff? These are much slower in the water, so that's a good thing. At least that this is... Bye. At least this is nearby, so I think I can figure out where my stuff is. Here's one of it. Well, there's the clearing. So I survived 2 creepers and a spider. I am gonna call it here for the night. Okay. Alright, let's quit the Minecraft. Alright. Well, it has been a pleasure. Delvin and Raymond, thank you both for joining. I always enjoyed the conversation, and feel free to keep the conversation going on my social medias at WeathermanAP on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. So it looks like, just to recap, it looks like we're to have some hot but clear weather for the next couple of days. And then Friday through Tuesday, there's a shower chance pretty much every day. The temperature won't be as hot as it is. Thursday looks like it's going to be the hottest day of the next week, or the next coming week, with temperatures near 90 degrees. But I hope you enjoy at least the gaming part as I struggle through Minecraft. And yep, that's pretty much it, I believe. So I hope you both enjoyed. Anybody else that is brand new to the stream, we're doing gaming, we're doing weather forecasting. I also to you, Raymond and Delvin, I will be having my Tesla Model 3 Part 3 review coming up this Thursday, so definitely stick around for that. And anybody new, feel free to hit that subscribe button below and the little bell icon right next to that so you get notified whenever I upload a video or I go live like this. All right, this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Delvin, Raymond, thank you both for joining. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you all in the next video.